welcome to a new vlog and trip report. Today we are traveling on the Westerwald, which means the Lower Westerwald Railway. We are going from Limburg to Siershahn, and here on the map you can see our route today. We are starting at the station of Limburg, and firstly we are using the railway line Limburg-Altenkirchen, also known as the Oberwesterwaldbahn or Upper Westerwald Railway. Here we can see the station, and we're now heading to our train, which is a Lint 41 of the Hessische Landesbahn. I was hoping for a Siemens Mireo, which is quite new on that line, but they only have 3 Mireos, so not all trains are operated by the Mireos. As you can see, mainly there are Lints in Limburg, and now we can take a look at the refurbished interior of this Lint. As you can see, it has new seats, of course, and a typical design of the HLB, the Hessische Landesbahn, with a very colorful theme. We have a lot of airline style seats, a few bays of 4. We have a big multi-purpose area, and in the front we have a first class compartment. We're going to take a look at that. It comes with leather seats and bigger tables, but as I'm traveling with my so-called Deutschland ticket, I can only travel in second class today, but also the interior in second class is pretty good. Here we can see an interesting Lint. It's the Lint 27, the small version of the Lint. I really like that train. And now we continue taking a look at the interior. As you can see, we have small tables with a power socket, and additionally under the seats we also have power sockets, so there's more than enough electricity in this train. We have movable armrests. The seats are also quite comfortable for a regional train, and here we are leaving the station of Limburg. Our first stop will be in Dietz Ost, and then we continue on to Limburg Staffel, and there we are leaving the railway line to continue on the Unterwesterwaldbahn. Right now we're also on the railway line to Koblenz. It's called the Lahntalbahn, the Lahn Valley Railway. But after just a few minutes we're already leaving that railway line, and we are reaching the first stop at Dietz Ost, and here we can listen to the sound of our train today. We're then continuing on, heading to Staffel, and between Staffel and Limburg there used to be a different route. Here we can see the remains of the former route, and we're now reaching a bridge over the river Lahn. And as you can see, the landscape is looking very nice. We're traveling in Indian summer, so we will see a lot of colorful trees on our ride through the mountain range of the Westerwald. Here we are crossing the Autobahn and the high-speed line between Cologne and Frankfurt. We're now leaving the line to Altenkirchen, and now we're on the so-called Unterwesterwaldbahn, the Lower Westerwald Railway. We have several stops in between. The first one is at Els Süd, and then we are continuing on with stops in Niedererbach, Dreikirchen, Steinefrenz, Girod, Goldhausen, and then we're reaching Montabaur. And then we are stopping at Dernbach, Wirges, and then finally we reach Siershahn. Here we can see the most important building of our route. It's the bridge Sandbachtal, where you have a fantastic view, and as I already mentioned, we're traveling during Indian summer, so we will see some fantastic landscape in the Westerwald. As you can see, it's a very beautiful railway line with a lot of nice fantastic views. I was not expecting that, so it was quite a nice surprise. It is a very beautiful railway line, so already now I can tell you, if you have the chance to travel on that railway line, I would highly recommend to do so. It is a bit difficult because except for the connections to the ICE and Montabaur, there are no other connections to other trains on the railway line. Here we are reaching the station of Steinefrenz. Here we have the meeting with the oncoming train, another Lint, but we will see the Siemens Mireo later on in the video as well. Steinefrenz is basically in the middle of nowhere, so its main purpose is the meeting with the oncoming train. We're now slowly getting lower again. We've reached the highest point. We're now heading back down to Montabaur. Here at Goldhausen we have also several tracks, so it would be possible to meet an oncoming train here as well. And now we're slowly reaching Montabaur. Before reaching Montabaur we're reaching another railway line. It's the Westerwald Quer Railway to Walmerod Westerwald Querbahn, which is not in use anymore unfortunately, and then we are reaching Montabaur. Here we have a direct connection to the high-speed line Cologne-Frankfurt. This is the only connection, even though this railway line also has a stop at Limburg, but it's stopping at Limburg Süd, which is a station without a connection to the rest of the railway network. But here we have a direct connection. In this case, as the ICE was delayed, there was even the chance to go directly from our train into an ICE. And here we now have the chance to see the new Siemens Mireo battery-powered multiple unit, which I hope to be able to show you in an upcoming video as well. But this will probably take a few more months until I have a chance to travel with that train. We're then continuing on to Siershahn. Siershahn is a rather small town with only 3,000 inhabitants, but it used to be a quite important station in the railway network as it had a connection from the Lower Westerwald Railway to the Holzbach Valley Railway to Altenkirchen and to the Brexbach Valley Railway to Engers at the Right Rhine Valley Railway. So there used to be a lot of trains here at Siershahn, but unfortunately my line is the only line left that is still in use. All other railway lines are only used for freight traffic, so are closed completely. There are also a lot of freight trains on this railway line, but this railway line also sees a train almost every hour. So luckily, at least this railway line survived. But all other railway lines in this area unfortunately are closed. Here we are now slowly approaching the station of Siershahn. As I said before, there's no more railway connection here in Siershahn. And we can even take a look at the arrival of my train as I was getting picked up here again. And now I'm leaving my train. It was a very nice and pleasant train ride with a very kind and friendly trained crew and a nice train and a very beautiful landscape, so it was a very nice train ride. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Here you can see when the next video will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video then.